I'm Ashley Wade. I'm the math teacher and I've been at Solstice for almost 2 years. Before I became a teacher, I worked for 4 years as a research chemist in like a little epoxy resin lab. And that was awesome. I got a lot of cool experiences and got to travel and do some fun things. But I think like for me, what kind of pushed me to go into teaching was I'd go to all these meetings and I would be the only girl in there, you know? And I think that there's something to be said about helping young people and young women be empowered in science and engineering and math. Part of being in a treatment center is you get to see the kid for like who they are as a person, not just what they're struggling with, or not just a student in a desk. And so I think that just being able to really build a relationship with them and get to know them, you get to do that in a different way than you would in a public school setting. And I think that if a kid has a good relationship with you, they're a lot less guarded and a lot more willing to work on even stuff that can be tedious like math, and they're a lot more willing to ask for help and not just sit there with their head down and like slip through the cracks, if that makes sense. I think Solstice provides a lot of good opportunities for us to see the students as more than students and for them to see us as people. Like we get to participate in off-campus things, and I remember one of the awesome things was going to Jackson Hole with my team and going on the camping trip and getting to just see them as people outside of a classroom and them getting to see me as someone other than a teacher. And so I think that Solstice provides really good opportunities for that. So I think one of the most rewarding things is really just getting to know the people and getting to see the difference from when they first come here to when they graduate. I've had several kids that they'll come in and they'll just blurt out in class, I hate math and I'm terrible at it and you're just not gonna get it from me. And then by the end of their stay here, like they're getting some of the highest scores on the tests, or they're really open in class and they're the ones that volunteer to answer problems on the board and they're really engaged. So I think that's definitely the most rewarding. The reason that I left being a chemist to become a teacher was to be in a place that you can build relationships and you can help kids feel empowered in areas that they maybe were scared of. And I mean, part of that relational aspect is knowing relationships are going to have ups and downs. So obviously you're going to have some conflict and you're going to have some rough days with these kids, but there's always the opportunity to follow up and repair that relationship. And I don't know, I think that you get really good in-depth relationships with your colleagues and with students here just because of the nature of the treatment center. And I think even though it's rough, I think just having that relationship and the support and then being able to follow up with a kid and go, okay, why was this such a rough day, and have them be able to be honest with you, I think that's my why. I think one of the cool things about our schedule and how it's structured is that our students are still in-person classes. And I think that that's really powerful because they're still in with the teacher, they're still getting direct instruction, they're still working with peers, they're still able to do hands-on things so that they're not sacrificing their education while they're here in treatment. And I think that that provides a sense of normalcy for them, especially as they're working through some of their stuff, you know, to have normal classrooms and be able to incorporate that when they get back into their home schools.